We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Fucking
Fucking thing sucks.
How you guys doing? Hello. How's everybody doing out there? Talking Shit Tuesday, back to your regularly scheduled programming. Today we're going to talk Megazilla and supposedly, what the fuck else are we going to talk? Oh, we're going to talk a Megazilla, but supposedly is going to be their new crate engine, which might end up being 6.8 liters, a derivative of the 7.3. We have a couple of videos to show you regarding that stuff. We'll talk about if you're excited about that, because I mean, if you're a pushrod guy looking for crate engines and you just so happen to want big cubes and that they're Ford, cool. I just don't see why you wouldn't just pick what's already out there as opposed to what Ford is pushing out there. You know, like something latest and greatest. If you want it, I guess you can get excited over that. But at the end of the day, the reason Coyote motors are popular is because people saw them in late model Mustangs and said, those things roll out, I want it in my car. When you look at an F1, an F250 or an F350 Super GT, you don't go, that thing tows a shitload of fucking wood. That thing tows the boat like no one's business. I bet you I can go fast in it. I've never, ever thought about truck motors in that capacity, but the crate guys might love it. And we'll also answer some questions. On the chat the other day, I started talking about how the ESS superchargers are so light. And Brevin hit me up in an email, very lengthy email, explained to me with photos why they're so light, their construction material. We'll talk about that real quick, and then we'll get back to the general talking when it comes to whatever questions you have. We do have one cookie giveaway today, and because of that, I want to thank the sponsors. That's right, the sponsors. Where is the stupid music? I want to have the stupid music going. Here we go. So we got Two Auto Solutions, Calimer Transmissions, Oh My God Cookies, who are like literally in the path of the hurricane, and the Parts Farm. That's right, the Parts Farm, providing parts support. We talk all the time. Me and Rob over there, good guy. We just chitty chatted up all the time. He's got my text. I got his number. He's a friend. He's actually someone I want to talk to. So thank you guys for being sponsors. And I am going to announce some new sponsorships. Yes, in the last 2 or 3 days, a bunch of people have stepped up and want to become sponsors. But once we hash out the details as to what kind of sponsorship they want, I'll bring you guys up to snuff on who is the new sponsor or sponsors of the program. Let's say hi to the people. We'll get to my shit talking for a bit, and then we'll talk to you guys, because yesterday you guys didn't get much to say. I just kind of ran the show. We got Gallo Bravo, Wesley Stewart, N2000 MCR, Jeremiah Camp, Fresh Pasteles, Fresh Pastelazo, and Victor Garza. Homestead Johns, Monty 540, Slow Sean, Bretberg twice, D&G. Yes, we fixed up a Paxson car for you real quick today. Diego Flores, Redbird, Dun 523, SVT 50, One Slow 50. Luther Conway, JD Swag the mod. By the way, JD Swag got hit by the hurricane that missed the United States altogether. He just happens to live on the east side of Canada somewhere, and he got hit. So hopefully he's doing pretty well up there, because a lot of those places aren't suited to take a powerful storm, let alone a hurricane. Clicked up the horse base shift. Gallo Bravo Turbo, EPA says hello fam. Again, EPA and Melissa, they're literally in the path of the hurricane, and so are the Lunds. It's gonna kind of sideswipe me because I'm in the southeast West Palm area, but they're gonna get it right up their ass, and that sucks. So hopefully everyone stays safe out there. Scott N, EPA again, Melissa, Nat Jew, Second Shift Racing, Giovanni B. Lavesh, Anthony Garage Bill Coyote, Perico Loco B. Lavesh, Max Santoyo. Take that, Elon Musk is abso-fucking-lutely right.
Take that, Elon Musk.
Taxi Luxury, Clipclock, Joshua Lawrence, 82 Z28 twice. Gallo Bravo Cluster BM, Derek, Douche Did It, Kenny G, Chris Beckman, Maniac, Second Gen X, Alex Gutierrez, Zimbabwe Nation, Tony Roberts, and a whole bunch of the usual suspects. Let's get to the videos. Let's get to the articles. We'll get to talking some shit with you guys. Right here, Ford trademarked Megazilla name likely for new V8 crate engine. Ford first teased it in 2020. Usually when an automaker has a trademark, it's potential for a bit of mystery. That's not the case with Ford's recent trademark filing. On September 16, the Blue Oval filed the name of the U.S. Patent Trademark Office for the Megazilla, and it's not the first time we've heard Ford use the name. In December 2020, Ford Performance teased the Megazilla video below. It was a mystery crate engine designed to be a bigger, better version of Ford's Godzilla powertrain 7-liter V8 that arrived in the 2020 Ford Super Duty. Come to find out, it's a 6.8, but maybe a little higher output. Ford was mum about the engine details, only saying that the output was higher than 7.3 liters, 430 horsepower, which isn't that impressive, and the Godzilla makes 475 pound-feet of torque. Let's listen to the video.
We're also working on a super secret project known as the Megazilla. It's going to increase the power output from the 430 horsepower that comes from the production
He's got a fucking mask on. I can't take him serious.
crate engine. More details to come as that project moves along.
And just like with just the magic of some editing, we have the Ford Super Duty that was unveiled today, and we get more information. So guys, hang tight. 3-minute video. It explains a lot. Honestly, I'm really looking forward to the new diesel motor that they call Scorpion. Oh, wait, where is it? Come on. Oh, the Scorpion! Oh, Jesus.
What you'll notice now is Super Duty has 4 engines. No longer do we have a 6.2 liter. The 6.2 liter is replaced by the 6.8 liter V8. So the 6.8 liter is a derivative of our 7.3 with the Godzilla name as people have coined it. It's a pushrod V8 engine, very proven in the industry. We've had it out since 2020. Customers love it. So we brought the 6.8 liter in to replace the 6.2. So gives you very common components with the 7.3 and also the durability that the customers have come to love and expect out of the Ford engines. What is also new is we are bringing in 10-speed transmissions behind all of our powertrains. So the 6.8 liter will now have a 10-speed transmission versus the 6.2 that had a 6-speed. It's important to say that because efficiency then goes up as we bring in new 10-speed transmissions and also some new technology to improve efficiency of these power plants. So this engine right here, we can't talk numbers yet. This engine does very well and is going to be our base power plant and standard as part of our XLT trim. As you step up, we don't have it here, but imagine there's an engine here and there'll be another one there we'll talk about in a minute. The 7.3 would be right here. So the optional engine for the gas is going to be the 7.3 liter. So even if you're a customer that's buying an XL or an XLT, you can still option up to the 7.3 liter. Again, it gets a 10-speed transmission behind it. It'll have improved horsepower and torque over the existing 7.3 liter. We can't talk numbers, but we expect our gas powertrain lineup is going to be very solid going into 2023 and beyond with these 2 offerings. So if we had another engine right here, we'd call it our 6.7 liter, and it's a very similar engine to what we have in production today. It's going to be our base offering when you check the box for a diesel. So the 6.7 liter would be here, but let's talk about this guy here. This is our new 6.7 liter with the high output. So this engine is based on our very stout architecture. We've coined Scorpion internally within Ford. It brings some improvements both in calibration and hardware to allow us to achieve unheard of horsepower and torque numbers. So if we talk hardware, what you see here is we have 2 ports right here. And what these are is these are cooling. The cooling jacket goes around the turbo. So we have now a water-cooled turbo that's coming in on our 6.7 liter. The base engine won't have this. The 6.7 liter high output also will get stainless steel exhaust manifolds. You'll notice that our exhaust manifolds are still in the inside of the engine. So people that don't know, the Scorpion brings the air in from the sides and then it brings the exhaust out into the turbo in the valley. So we've water cooled
Shit, I didn't know that. That's kind of cool.
our turbo, and we've got stainless steel exhaust manifolds to allow us to achieve unheard of horsepower and torque numbers, combined with calibration and other tidbits along the way to get us there. But we know that this engine has been proven durable, proven very capable, driving it out.
Okay, that's enough of that shit. Okay, that's enough. So basically what he's saying is, you know, this thing is badass, and we're going to provide, we're going to supply you guys with a 6.8, a 7.3, and 2 6.7s for the Super Duty stuff. Now, in my opinion, I was looking at it and going, okay, so is this going to be offered in a crate engine setup? And if it is it only going to be offered with a 10R 140 transmission for Super Duty stuff? And I understand that, and thank you, radioactive fabrication. This is my issue right here. Thank you very much for stealing my thunder. I love all the Ford guys that clown the LS about being outdated pushrod engine. Now Ford is going back to pushrods, and they're the same guys that are excited about the engine. That is my issue, because the lineage from Coyote to Predator to Voodoo Predator, whatever, now is dead. If they're going back to pushrod and concentrating on that in crate engine form, I still to this day don't think it will ever end up in a passenger vehicle. I still think in my heart of hearts, it cannot end up in a passenger vehicle. Everyone's going twin turbo 7.3. So what? 1,500 horse? What are you doing? Stop it. That car's going to end up being $120,000, have a gas guzzler tax from hell, and nobody is going to buy it. Unless they make it just to say, fuck it, we're making it. But a pushrod motor, every single one that said, fuck LS's, we got, like me, was excited about the Coyote 5-liter. Yes, it's a bigger engine because of the cylinder head design. I understand. Welcome to overhead cam motors. But if you were those guys that were like, fuck LS's because of pushrod, and you at the same breath say, badass, Ford is going to build an actual engine now, you should start putting the clown makeup on. You should start putting the clown makeup on. The reason people want to swap engines into cars is they see it perform really well on cars. Nobody looks at a truck and goes, this truck tows really well, so I want to put the engine in the truck. And a lot of people, I think they forget that we made fun of LS's forever. And then we made fun of displacement forever. All of a sudden, you're okay with massive displacement? You're okay with 6+ liters of performance of engine that's heavy and makes less horsepower than a Coyote that's 2 liters smaller. 5-liter Coyotes are making 460, 470, now supposedly close to 500. All aluminum. Badass shit. Now you're telling me that I'm supposed to get excited over a 6.8 liter, 430 horsepower pushrod engine in your crate program. And the one that you're going to call the Megazilla is probably going to be 500 horsepower at 6+ liters. That is not impressive. That is not impressive. If you go to the Ford Performance Parts catalog right now, let's go. Let's go to the Ford Performance Parts catalog together. And we're going to go see the crate engines that they offer. And why should I be excited at all? Parts, Ford Performance Parts, crate engines. Here we go. Let's look at what they got going on here. Okay, so 7.3 liter Godzilla, 400 whole 30 horsepower out of 7.3 liters. Look at this right here. Okay, Godzilla, modular crate engines. So we got the 5.2 at 580 horse, the 5.0 at 460. Same thing here. So I don't know what's the difference between this one and this one. Let me see. Production composite pan. Okay, high compression, low compression. Who the fucking shit wants that? Who the fucking... Ford is actually stocking 9-to-5-to-1 compression Coyotes. You should be embarrassed of yourselves. Then this one is a 12-to-1 motor and nothing. What's the difference? 420, 460 aluminum. It's literally this part number. Why is this part number different? Popular choice for hot rods, street rods, and resto mods. So tell me, Ford, what's the difference between this one and this one? And this one, all 460 horse, except the 5.2 XS. So the 5.2 XS, again, 5.2 liters, 460 for the 5 liters. And I'm supposed to get excited over a 7.3 liter, 430 horsepower crate engine. But forget that. Let's see what else they got. They got 340 horse to 500 horse small block Fords. A 302 at 340, a 347 at 360, 360, a 363 at 502, two 363s at 507 at 10-to-2 compression ratio for a 302, a 351, 427, 535 horse, 460, 575 on both sides. This is a 351 engine. Race engines, 347 at 415 and a 347 at 350. Why would you even do that? EcoBoost. Then we got big block, 655 horsepower. And guess what liter displacement the big block is? Is it how 572 displacement? That's massive. So what's the 7.3 Godzilla? It doesn't say displacement. Shit. So who knows? You guys can do the math. So basically, Ford is offering you something in the Megazilla that they already offer. They already offer you big horsepower, small block Fords. They already offer you small block Fords. 302, 347, 351. But you're going to stop and go, oh my God, I'm going to get a Godzilla or a Megazilla when they literally, thank you, 445. Thank you very much for saying 445. You're literally going to tell me that I'm going to not look at proven shit that's small block Ford, small 351, 302 base stuff. So I got to look at a Megazilla that makes what, 500? And the 7.3 that makes 440, 450, 460? That's so weird to me. And that's why when you look at the lineage of the lineup and what they're concentrating on, there's nothing to really get excited about. Now, if they started putting out hybrid stuff, if they started putting out even better Coyote stuff, the supposed dark horse, okay, is going to have 500 crank or so horsepower, mainly because of the induction. Maybe some cams, rods, whatever. But at the end of the day, you can make 500 horsepower with your Coyote measuring from behind your asshole with off-the-shelf parts. Ported manifold, E85, some headers, bada bing, bada boom. You're making 460 wheel. That means you're over 500 at the crank. It's not that exciting right now to be a Ford fan. A lot of people say, Alex, but you own a Chevy. No shit, I own a ZR1. So if I buy a Viper, am I all of a sudden a Dodge guy? No, I wanted to buy one of those vehicles that you write off in the butt, like a bucket list car. And sure, I'm going to learn on it because there's nothing exciting to get excited about over recent Ford stuff. The new S650 to me is a lipsticked up S550 with a little bit better cams and maybe headwork on the dark horse that's going to be $70,000+. So there's nothing exciting yet. Maybe by the next 4 or 5 years and they give it the final last hurrah before they go full electric, they'll do something about it and they'll actually put something out there that's pretty badass. But there's nothing exciting about the Megazilla when you already have proven combos that have been around for 30 or 40 years. How the hell are you going to sell that as a upgrade? I don't understand why the upgrade word is being thrown around when you guys have vetted stuff that has been around for a very long time. I have no idea why you guys think that's exciting. So, real quick, Brevin reached out to me from ESS. Brevin, I was asking him the other day, hey, why is this thing so light? Like, a lot of you know that ESS gave a brother supercharger, and they said, hey, no strings attached, do whatever. Obviously, if there's something that we can improve on, hit us up. And I'm like, okay, we'll see. But they've been pretty receptive to us thus far. You saw what happened yesterday when someone gives you anything blood. They want blood in return. So that's why I was very hesitant to accept it. But at the end of the day, I said, why not? Get you guys content, get the car, get a blower on the car again, because the Vortec V3, I was done with it. 3.3 pulley, and that what I was going to upgrade to a V7 and stick an oil feed line in the block. No, I'm good. I'm going to pass on all that. So he emailed me, nice guy, and he said, hey, I'm going to explain to you why this stuff is so light. Alex, I saw on the show today that the question came up that these blowers are so lightweight. We get asked this question quite often, and people are usually very surprised at how light the head units are when they first hold one. I'll give you a quick explanation for anyone that cares. I also attached some pictures below showing the internals and major components of ours side by side versus another competitor to see where the weight and overall size have been reduced. I didn't mean this to come off as a sale pitch or a knock on any other brand. Hopefully it just helps explain some of the technology of these head units. Gear set. It all starts here. The first picture shows the overall gear thickness in both input and output gears. We are able to use much higher quality steel products and proper heat treatment so that we can cut the gear thickness in half. And this is what he's talking about. So basically what he's saying is the thickness of the gear can be basically lightened by using slightly more, let's just say, exotic materials. Same thing here. You see the thickness of this gear compared to this gear and the thickness of this gear compared to this gear. That's what he's talking about. These gears are cut and heat. These gears are cut and heat treated for us by some company that is contracted by Boeing, blah, blah, blah. A much lighter gear set will take less energy to spin. A smaller gear set allows for smaller gear case. The gear case second, third pictures show the gear case next to each other. The second picture especially, you can see where the weight optimization has been milled around the bearing and throughout the rest of the case. Same with the third picture, as unnecessary weight and mass has been optimized. So he's talking about this picture, Whereas the competitor has a lot of material around the bearing. They don't. They pocket a lot of the material because, guys, when I picked this blower up, I'm like, this thing is light. And I thought what everyone thinks. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. This thing's way too freaking light. Material. We have two materials that are in our units. Yours is one of the newest high-pressure die-cast units. Everything internally remains the same. The only difference being the material case is made out of the black one pictured and built at CNC case that we started with. The high-pressure die-cast and direct injection molded are aluminum. So my blower is a direct injected aluminum, DI aluminum. This is the process that OEMs use for certain aluminum and plastic parts. This is a much more advanced process casting versus mold-style pour casting. All these things add up. Final weight, the complete G3 unit out of the box to only 12.6 pounds. So the head unit is 12.6 pounds. A G4 100, which can support 1,300 wheel horsepower, is less than a pound heavier at 13.5 pounds. I like that because the intercooler and the head unit actually brought the nose down of the car. You can actually physically see the nose be close to the ground. And lastly, just to clarify, all new blowers have a break-in oil change done before at 2,500 miles. This just means replace the oil you put in it when you install the kit. It doesn't require special oil, just the oil that came in the box in your kit. This is just to remove any break-in material that just like a freshly built engine. Once this oil has been changed, you'll change the oil in the blower at 5 to 7,500 mile intervals. No rebuild or refurbish necessary. Thank you very much. Any other questions, let me know. Great unboxing video, by the way. I appreciate that. So basically, I was wrong in saying that the blower needs to be rebuilt every 7,000 miles. It just needs the oil change that much. And he wanted to clear that up so everyone out there was aware of what was happening because I was misinforming people saying, I think reading the directions, it says it needs to be rebuilt every 7,000 miles. No, the oil needs to be replaced. And they give you 3 oils or 2 oils. They give you a break-in oil. And then once you change that oil out, they give you the final oil. So you won't have to change the oil technically, or you won't have to buy anything for at least 10,000 miles. I'll catch you later. Drop the like. Thank you. Leave it to Beaner. Go C6Z06. Upgrade the valve springs and shifter and have fun. C6Z06. Yeah, look, if you were to tell me, Alex, if you want to get into Corvette stuff, would it be a ZR1 or a C6Z06? 100% C6Z06. You can have more fun with it. You can make 600 NA. You won't heat soak it. And mostly the price. ZR1s are still chasing a ton of money. Big money. I was very lucky that the guy that I got it from, got it for a deal, did a bunch of warranty work, and I ended up with a very well put together Corvette, slightly higher miles, coming up on 50,000, and it had some owners, but that's why I was able to afford it, because I didn't want to drop $80,000 on a ZR1. The Z06, the problem is, in order for it to go halfway decently quick, is immediately you got to do work to it. The ZR1 you can enjoy for a very long time with a stock output of 630 whatever horsepower, and some of you guys might think that's fine and just leave it alone and just enjoy the vehicle. I can't leave well enough alone, and a C6Z06, in my opinion, you almost have to mod it so that it could be enjoyable. But if you're trying to get into the game, it's hard to beat a C6Z06. Excited for the white car, but also for the ZR1 channel getting hot. Thank you. John Shoemaker, have you seen any fuel heat issues associated with running dual 525 LPH pumps constant for a boosted daily setup? 4 Innovations return setup. Now, 4 Innovations has to watch what their product comes off as. They, in my opinion, go, look, I'd rather you have a Hobbs switch at, when you're say, let's say you're triggering, let's say you have a triple system and you don't want to run 3 hot. That's just ridiculous. But every single time I see a Hobbs switch situation, what does that mean? It's a switch that turns on the second pump when it hits something like 5 PSI. It's a little micro switch. It has a vacuum line to it. The moment it sees boost, it turns on the secondary pump. So let's say you have 2 525s in the tank and you're running on 1 constant, but you're pulling pretty aggressively for, let's say, 800 or 900 rear wheel horsepower. Every single time I've seen a data log with a Hobbs switch activating the second pump, I get a lean spike. And I go, how much gas is in the tank? And they go, it's a full tank. Okay, well, you're getting a lean spike. And that lean spike is the slight delay it takes for you to launch the car, the micro switch to get the pump running, and finally pressurizing the rails properly. A very slight lean spike. When I say wire 2 of them hot all the time, no lean spike. Same tune, same everything. You know, a mechanical fix to a situation, not a tune fix to a situation. And they go, ho. So I suggest this. If you're going to do street stuff, hob switch it. 1 hot, second 2 on a hob switch. My GT500 runs 2 hot, the third on a hob switch. If you are running 1,000 and under, or let's say, and you don't want to run 2 pumps constant because you drive your car a lot, then run 1 pump constant and then the second on a hobs. But when you get to the track, take those 2 wires from the hob switch, tie them together, and you have 2 pumps hot all the time, so that when you launch with a lot of force, you don't have a momentary spike in fueling. That's what I would do. Love the transparency. Makes me want to buy a K. I don't even own a Mustang. The guy seems to be pretty legit. Like, the guy seems to be pretty legit. Second shift racing. If you had to choose twin turbo Boss 302 or C601. Oh, man. Well, okay. Those are 2 top tier, top G vehicles from different manufacturers. The 01, if, let's say, all things being equal, in my opinion, you're saying stock ZR1 or a Boss 302? A Boss 302. A twin turbo Boss 302. Actually, I saw Dakota drive a Boss 302 and he hated it. He hated it, second shift racing. He thought it was awful. So C601 based on Dakota's experience. All of the ESS guys are very nice, responsive, and professional. Second shift Boss 302 in that scenario, I don't think so. I think he chose the second shift one of those. Gotcha. No lean spike with my other 2 pumps or hobs, right? No, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yours was fine, but you're a roll racer, Dustin 10R. The problem mostly comes up drag racing, and I don't know why it shouldn't. But from a standstill, let's say you're rolling, you probably see boost, I don't want to say quicker, because a positive displacement setup pretty much sees boost instantly once you mash the gas. But in my opinion, you're roll racing, and for whatever reason, I saw no lean spikes on Dustin 10Rs, Valley 10 speeds. I literally, on my list right now, have six ESS 60 to 130 4-second cars. Guys, that is, the Fairmont was a 4-second 60 to 130 car. The GT500 is a 3.5 60 to 130 car. And that thing fucking flies. So that's very difficult to beat. A 4-second 10R car with a very simple supercharger setup. So I thought to myself, this kit's rolling. And it was all Valley 10 speed that started it. Valley 10 speed gave me the go-ahead to blow it up if I had to. And I like people like that. He goes, Alex, if it blows up, it blows up. But I'm out here racing for money, and I can't fuck around. I said, okay, well, Valley. I think his name's Carlos. Okay. And he had ComCam Stage 2s, an ESS G3X, E85, 4 Innovations fuel system, good injector, weight reduction. The guy built it right. And the car just worked. Unfortunately, he had an accident, and the car ended up getting damaged, so he parted it out. But that car started the ESS 10R80 game on my list. I don't know if Dakota has any. I don't know if Junior has any. I don't know if Brandon has any. But I have 6 4-set, and we're using Valley 10 Speed's tune, basically. Not the... Actually... Are you guys ready for this? Are you guys ready for this? I use Valley 10 Speed's tune on all those vehicles. And they all run the same number. Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, cookie cutter. Estimated ET mile per hour ESS, 100 millimeter 10R, 315 gears, full drag pack. 4,000 pounds with me in it. Oof, 1,500 DA. Taking to the track next weekend, looking for best case. Thanks, Alex. It's got to be in the 9s. I would say somewhere, if it's a 10R car, the problem is if it decides to shift. If it decides to shift and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all the way down the track and the 10R is happy, I can't imagine why you can't be going 970, 960, maybe a 950 with that setup. But that Z06, oh my God, he's here. I can't believe you're here, Turtle. Jesus Christ. Thanks for showing up. Did you just wake up? Second shift, did you see the car count for FL2K stick shift class? Did you see that FL2K might not happen with this hurricane? I'm not even thinking about FL2K until the hurricane passes. Or did you mean World Cup? Because I saw the stick shift car count for World Cup. I did not see the stick shift car count for FL2K. I'll never understand why people under 1,000 horsepower want to lock cams. You know what? That's a good one, and I don't know why. Grant Wilburn. I've had Grant Winburn. I've had about 3 guys say, hey, I want to lock the cams. And I go, may I ask why? Well, I want it to chop. Well, here's a ghost cam tune. It'll chop. No, but I want it to really chop. And I'm like, but it really chops. I'm just putting the cams via the phasers in the position I would want you to lock them in. And they're confused. But for whatever reason, people think that it's going to go faster. No, it's going to drive worse. Look, all things being equal, if you have control of the camshafts, it is better to have VCT active than not. The only time I would ever recommend locking cams is if the phasers are not able to control the phasing of the cam where I want it to be. And that only happens on like 13 or 1400 horsepower cars. Thanks for the money, Slow Sean. Can't wait to see the ESS install video. I'm a certified bitch analysis downhill daddy. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that very much. What do I expect from 600 wheel, 60 to 130? 6 or 7 seconds. Probably 7 something. 7 something. High 7s. B Turvey getting ready for 24 seconds of lemons. I've even asked Valley Tune, CarMate 80. I even asked for the Valley Tune, the CarMate 880 wheel. And isn't that what Valley made? High 8s, low 9s, something like that. Copy paste. I have Mike Moretti's file on my hatch. That's exactly what I'm hoping for, Alex, with that copy paste Valley Tune. Right. Alex, you ready for the 80 millimeter on the ESS kit yet? Oh, C701 is an animal. It is. It really is. Serious questions. What does locking the cams do? Nothing performance-wise. It just puts them somewhere. Think of Cobra. Think of GT500. When you guys think of locking the cams, you're basically making your Coyote similar to a GT500, 14 and under, or a Cobra. The cams don't phase. They just stay where they stay. And the position we lock them in or advise you to lock them to chops a little bit, but you don't do it for chop. You only do it if your phasers are having issues maintaining cam phasing. Plain and simple. I guess I say that a lot, so I'm sorry. Hey, Alex. Spoke to you about the PMAS fender well. Didn't understand what you meant by you trimmed the lower shield around the filter, so I thought I'd ask in the live. Okay, so the PMAS fender well intake, the filter, if you have a performance package car and you know that bottom tray, that bottom, what do you call it? The belly pan, that bottom right under the front bumper, there's a huge, massive pan that goes all the way to the K member. Well, there's a hump on one of them on the 2019 or 2018 and up. There's a little hump that is like an upward air deflector, for lack of a better word, or maybe it does have to do with downforce. And the filter on the PMAS fender well intake touches. So what I did is I trimmed the bottom piece right around so that the filter cone has somewhere to go, but it is not exposed to the street. So the only way water gets up in there is if I literally submerge the front end in water, which I'd never do. And it's facing down. The PMAS filter is facing down. So for you to suck up any water into the engine or MAF sensor, you would absolutely literally have to submerge the whole front end of the vehicle. And that is almost impossible to do. It does, Garage. It does drive like doo-doo, but it'll drive exactly the same if you lock the cams. Didn't even think about the storm. Victor posted a week ago, 60 cars are already signed up for the class. Guys, you didn't think about the storm? You didn't think about the storm. Guys, do you know where Bradenton is on this map? Do you know where Bradenton is on this map, dude? It's right here. Literally in the path of this hurricane. Dead center smack right between Fort Myers and Tampa. So Cletus's factory might be underwater for a while. I'm not trying to make fun of the dude. That would be awful for him. I don't want that to happen. But it is 100% dead center going to Bradenton. So if this thing hits at a Cat 3, I don't think there'll be an FL2K this year unless they can get everything fixed up in a week. Because The track rental, the first track rental is Wednesday or Thursday of next week. And this thing is not even going to start to get cleaned up until Saturday or Sunday. It's going to be bad. My house is going to blow away by Port Charlotte. I'm going to make a snorkel cold there for the S550. Bradenton going to be a swamp, 20 inches of rain. Like Ford, Bradenton will be gone. Damn, Fez won. Exactly. It's a bad deal. What's going on? Who wants Fez says something? Let me go look. No, I don't see anything. My ESS G2 kit took 4 hours to install in the driveway while taking regular breaks. Same time for all their kits. 25% of the times removing the bumper. PP cars require removal of the front grille braces. No problem. I have to do that anyway. I have to do that anyway. That hump sucks up air for the deflector to cool the brakes. Thank you, Slow Sean. I appreciate that because I didn't really know. I'm in Fort Myers. Right. Alex won't turn on. Alex's car won't turn on because I was taking pictures at a boat ramp. Front end might have gotten wet. Apparently, I follow this channel too. Simple Sarah Girl. Thought I'd stop by and say hi. Hope all is well. Hey, Simple Sarah Girl. She's doing great. She follows the dating channel, and she found herself a good guy. She seems to be doing well. Thank you for stopping in and saying hi. I work in Bradenton and Manatee. Guys, I hope it takes a hard right towards my area. My area is better suited to take this because the water wouldn't be an issue. But Bradenton and Tampa, Fort Myers, guys, it's going to be bad just because of the storm surge. The Lunds are in that area, a little more north of Tampa, but they're in quite a bit inland, maybe 20 or 30 miles. But it's not going to be good. There's too many trees up there, guys. Like too many fucking trees up there. And I remember when I was leaving from a hurricane situation about 6 years ago, we decided to go north like idiots. And everything lost power up there because the trees knocked everything down. Like it was awful. Who is Fez? I don't see a Fez here. I must have, maybe you see him, but I don't see him. Let me see. How you doing? Not a coyote. Because if you guys want him gone, I'll get him gone. I mean, this is a dictatorship, but I also take some advice from the guys here. I don't see a Fez. Oh, yeah, this guy. Okay, yeah, let's get rid of him. Fuck it. Hide him on this channel. And you know how that goes. Ian is a bad storm. Been following the Weather Channel, thinking about everyone in Florida. Prayers to all. Derek Barron Productions. I think Derek Barron has finally realized, like, he has a bigger channel than I do, I think, in terms of subscribers. But I think he's finally realized that, this channel is like top G status. I understand, he's out there doing his thing, but he sees me wearing a wig. He sees me having beef with motherfuckers. He sees me people, making fun of JLT and putting up Gail Banks' video. And he's like, how do I get in on that shit? You got to have an angle. You got to have an angle. Derek, tell him about the menace you know me to be. Who the fuck are you? Times are like this, so I live in the frozen north. Yield Ghetto Squatch? Nope. I will take one hurricane every 5 years, then 4 nor'easters in a season. Absolutely. West Palm Beach millionaire homes on the Atlantic are built to withstand the hurricanes, turvy wilderness cams. There won't be many trees soon, right? I live in Southwest Polk County. DeSantis sends migrants to Martha's Vineyard and Biden sends a hurricane to Florida. Hurricanes are better than snow. Absolutely. Look, forget the snow. Because a lot of people up north right now are going, yeah, take that, DeSantis. Yeah, take that, Florida. I would rather live somewhere where we have 75 to 92 degree weather year round and have to deal with a hurricane once every couple of years than to have 6 months of 40 degree and under weather. Fuck that. I left Massachusetts for that reason. Have you seen the article, The Last House Standing in Mexico Beach, Florida? Pretty interesting read if you have time. I'm looking at a 15 Mustang, says Daniel. I'm sorry, Adrian Fox. I think I recognize your voice. Are you the voice actor from SpongeBob? Got it. Daniel Mahano says, I'm looking at a 15 Mustang GT with 34,000 miles. Car has a Paxton supercharger, 3.8 pulley, 2,000 miles on the build. He's asking for $35,000. Is it worth it? No. Not a Paxton. If it had a Whipple, if it had a VMP TVS, if it had a Roush blower, yes. But not a Paxton. I just don't think a Paxton car, Vortec, nothing against them. I'm just saying, like, if you're going to ask big money, you want something, in my opinion, positive displacement. In terms of value. Look, I'm going to put an ESS kit on my car, and I can't say, well, it's got an ESS kit. Now, if my car runs like 9.0, that's different. 3.8 pulley is pump gas pulley status. I don't know, man. $35,000 to me, $34,000, $35,000. Guys, I would sell my car at $35,000. My 2019 with a Vortec, I considered selling it for $35,000. So I think he's overpricing the car. I'll take a Hurricane over snow any day, period. Exactly. I'll never deal with a New York winter again. Bring on the hurricane. As a New York born Puerto Rican, I'll take a hurricane over a snowstorm, laughing my ass off. I was in South Dakota last year, and it was negative 56 with negative 65 wind chill. Give me a spicy thunderstorm. Exactly. Kai says, we have Alejandro, have a live stream with Derek, but what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I don't mind collabing, but what am I going to talk about? Is he going to interview me, or are we just going to stare at each other the whole time? I live where it's 60 degrees one day and next it's 30 degrees with snow. Yep, right on weather in Massachusetts. Right. Been there, done that. No, thank you. Mr. Lund's in the house. Get out of here. John Lund in the house. What an eventful day, huh? Actually, today was a good day. I'm going to be honest with you. Today was a really good day. It's one of those things where you just go, done. And you just go back to working. Tons of orders, tons of people just praising, tons of support. Gotta love the people out there. Good shit. John, can we get some tuning support for 3.7? Fuck no. Nephew Avalo says, have you too many Gen 2s with ESS? Thinking about getting one with your opinion? Yes. Look, the ESS kit, thank God, has the same math curve as a Paxton and a Vortec. So what we do is we give you that as a base file. You know, copy paste. And wouldn't you have it? They all just work. And when something doesn't work, I say, can you check for vacuum leaks? And they go, shit, dude, I had a vacuum leak. I had another gentleman not seeing proper boost. I go, it's not the tune. It's your vacuum plumbing boost line reference. Holy shit. You're right, Alex. I copied Valley 10 Speed's setup, and it now makes 14.5 pounds of boost. Oh, so you're saying the tune I cookie cuttered and copy pasted from a known working tune made the exact same power and boost as it was supposed to? And on 2 or 3 revisions, he was done, and he's going to run mid-9s, no problem. I guarantee it. You were real as fuck on your last vid, bud. Thank you. I like it. Aldo Welds. Look, Aldo Welds is he's no stranger to shit talking. You know what I mean? He could back it up. And the guys over at Mexico Racing League, Aldo, well, thank you, sir. They were like, bro, I love that shit. And I'm like, good. But, you know, the thing is, it's done and over with. It's kind of like, it's done. And I'm so happy. Like, I slept like a baby. I slept like a fucking baby last night. Woke up, I'm like, whatever happens today happens because I got that shit off my chest. So a lot of people cheered it. Some people didn't like it, but you know what? I don't give a fuck. But thank you, Aldo. Appreciate you, brother. I regret PA winners. I keep putting off moving to the South. I don't understand why people keep doing that. I'm not sure that some people understand why a copy-paste tune works. It works because it works. Like, I really hate to say it that way, but guys, if they're Pikachu face, right? If there wasn't a vetting process, then I would not feel comfortable copy pasting. And by the way, it's not copy pasting. I still have to build the file. So when we say copy paste, we make fun. So let's say Valley 10 Speeds cars here, and I make a tune based off of a 2018 ESS 10R car. Boom. Well, I don't literally drag his tune over to you and say, here. No, I go build it from scratch from the file system. Base centrifugal file, injector data, math data, trans tweaks, shifting. Takes me a good 5 to 10 minutes to build, export the whole 9 yards. Then what do? There's a way of comparing the files on HP tuners. You can click open, compare file, and you see the changes, and some of them are green, some of them are pink color, and I'm like, okay. And after I've done that verifying process, I save it under the new customer's name and say, Fulano de la Pinga. And I say, here you go. And then I send it to him. It is not copy paste in that sense, but it is definitely the same centrifugal base file built, compared against a known working file, verifying both are good, sending it to the customer, Same results. It's not like we have one file and we just send it to people. That's stupid. We have to build every file from scratch off of a known base. Now, let's say Valley 10-speed car is a 2018 auto performance package car, 4 Innovations fuel system, FIC 1440Hs, locked IMRC, E85. And then someone literally duplicates his build. I take his tune. I limit the RPM and I go, here, give me idle slow revs on this. Oh, looking good. Let me bring up the RPMs. Looking good. Here's more timing. Looking good. R3. Done. He makes 900 horsepower. Trims are within 2%. Car runs deep nines. That's exactly how it works. It's not that hard. Alex, copy pasting tunes must be a gravy job. Thanks for your opinion, Alex. You got it, brother. Need to hit the like button. Yes, guys, we have 609 people watching, 306 likes, 366 likes. Come on, all we need is some like button help, and that's all I ask for. I don't ask for money or tires. Posting on every Facebook coyote. Yeah, look, who cares? Who cares? He is. There's only one of us that keeps chirping. There's only one of us that keeps tripping. I am moving on from the whole situation. Kylon, they need special attention their dad didn't give him. Oof, oof. When you lock cams, are you replacing the phasers or is it tuning? You gotta buy phasers that are lockable and adjustable. True Viate. You can't just lock cams in a tune. Technically, I could slam the cams, but the phasers are trying to maintain that cam angle all the time. But no, I'm not locking the cams in the tune. You have to physically lock them somewhere. I have to tell the tune and the car, by the way, VCT is not active, and there's a bunch of stuff, especially on Gen 3, that has to happen. Sounds like you need some tires. I'll have to let you know why my new ones when my new ones do. People are thinking a copy paste tune is the same as a can tune. No, it's not a can tune. It's not a canned tune. There is no such thing as a canned tune for Lund Racing. Neffy, thank you very much, and Chris, thank you very much. We build every file. We compare it to a known file. So let's say, for instance, I get some wild shit lately because GT500 owners got some balls on them. 14 GT500, Kenny Bell 168, ID 1700s, L&M no springs required, no springs NSR cams, 10-5 compression. I have that car in my garage. I have that car in my garage. So I'm going to go, well, I know how that file's built. Let me limit the RPM, take that file. If he has the exact same mods I do, take that file, rename it, say, hey, try this, idle slow revs. Wouldn't you know it? Idle and slow revs come back within 3%. Pikachu face! Hey, you know what? Let me bring up the RPM limit to 7,500. Give me a hit to 7,200 if you have room. Man, this thing makes 1,100 wheel. Okay, let's get it on the dyno. Gets it on a dyno. Bam, 7,500. 1,100 plus horsepower. On revision 2. Hey, how's it feel? Good. Log looks good. Are you happy? I'm ecstatic. How did you make it happen in 2 tunes? Because the blue one in the garage has gone over 80 versions of it. And you're getting basically version 82. That's how it works, man. Stop it. A car's a car. You do the same thing to all 150 cars. They should all act the same unless the parts were installed wrong. Thank you. Do you believe cold air intakes make a difference? Also, do you believe that seafoam works? Seafoam's stupid on modern cars, in my opinion. Cold air intakes work if you have cold air outside. A cold air intake, by the name alone, makes no sense. How can you have a part on your car that says cold air intake and then have a Pikachu face when your inlet air temperatures are 95 because it's 100 outside? Wait, well, I don't understand. Hey, I bought a cold air intake, not a hot air intake, so I'd like to return this intake. Why would you like to return it? The inlet air temps are way higher. And it says cold air right on the box. And guess what? All I'm getting is hot air. They should just hang up on your fucking face. Sell your OG non-ported Manny, but put on a ported one and don't use lockouts when the variables are the same and the math works out the same. Hey, Alex, centrifugal supercharger or Whipple Magnuson twin screw. For 6th gen Camaro SS daily driving, car has less than 12,000 miles. I will never tell somebody not to. I will never tell somebody not to put a TVS on your car. I am never gonna not tell someone to put a TVS on the car. Guys, Bradenton rain forecast. Just updated from Junior. 25 inches of rain forecasted for Bradenton. 25 inches. That's the Freedom Factory. That's FL2K track. 25 inches of rain. Ooh. Not good. Not good. Alex, how are the 305s hooking with the white car NA for the power still a spin? Honestly, they still spin a little bit. When I launched the car, okay, the 2-3-4 shift, 0 spin. It doesn't make enough power to spin. On the 1-2 shift, blazes, tire. They posted on Facebook, no orders this week, or draws from the engine, underhood intake. Are your garages going to flood? No, I am not in a flood area. I'm nowhere near water. I'm not in a flood area. Everything drains nicely to Military, North Lake, and all these other places. I'm actually pretty good. If I didn't know better, it looks like you have the stars from the ceiling on your Mustang in your house. Just plain, I get it. Some people made fun of that Starlight headliner. And that's the funny part is. There were 3-valve guys. Like, when you make fun of me on the show, make sure your profile picture is at least a badass ride. Not a 3-valve on race stars. It shouldn't be that simple. It shouldn't be that simple. We need 20 revisions. I need you to spend more time on my car. I paid for your tune. Yeah, I was thinking of doing that. I just wanted to know if it was worth it or sell the manifold. Slow down. We shut down until we get past the storms. Right. So EPA and Melissa are in the Orlando area, and they're in the path of that shit too. So cookie orders are going to be delayed. 25 inches. It's crazy. I'm sure I'm the 1000th TVS 1050 PMAS car Lund tune. If it took a dozen revisions, I think my car was a lemon. There you go. So I have tuned 11 to 14 GTs that have a built motor or a Gen 2 motor to make 800 horsepower in like 2 revisions. And if the customer goes, wait a minute, that's it? Well, sir, tell me what you'd like, because you're on this pulley, you're seeing this much timing. Do you think I should be tuning on your car more? Well, I paid $1,000. So let me ask you, sir, your timing is somewhere, I think, your tuner that you contracted, that I think it should be at. Your air-fuel ratio is within our spec. Load is based on the pulley and cold air you chose. Based on our expertise, this is exactly where it should be. It's almost like asking a guy to build a house and you're mad that he built it quickly because he knows what he's doing. Oh, he knows what he's doing. Yeah, no, I paid you $150,000. There's no way you got it done in 2.5, 3 months. Well, yeah, we did. Well, something's wrong because there's no way you do it that fast. No, I'm just really good at what I do and efficient. You're not paying for the time. You're paying for the expertise. I repeat, every single time you pay for a tune, you are not paying for my or Lund's time. You are paying for the expertise. So if I have a car that I have put 80 to 100 tunes on, and you have a very similar vehicle, and I send you a tune based off of that vehicle, and within 3 revisions, I feel it's done and good, and you have 0 complaints, you should just simply say, thank you, sir. Have a good day. I'll get with you next time I'm ready to upgrade the car. If you think I owe you more tunes based on what you paid me, I think you're sadly mistaken. All right, definitely check it out. Okay. Now I'm selling the biscuits, gravy. Okay, yeah. I'll let you guys chat on the chat about that. I don't need to highlight. It's funny, though. I wonder if these same people, when they lay for food, when they pay for food, when they pay for food, he meant, they wanted to take longer. They must not be that hungry. Right. You pay $12 for a number 4 from McDonald's and it comes out in a minute, and you're like, you don't go, whoa. I want to make sure these fries are made properly. Yep, they're made properly. Let me make sure this burger is... Yep. Turvey's electrical conduit is 25 feet off the ground. Send help. I would rather have the expertise, less time to tune my car, not a longer time. That's a no-brainer. But a lot of people have sent us those messages before. They're like, if I'm going to pay you $1,000, you better do what I say. And I think you guys have it really fucked up. You are making it sound like we owe you more than what you paid for. You paid for a tuning device, credits, and the tune. And maybe flex and a manifold revision, and that can come up to over $1,000. Okay, here's the file with the tune for the manifold, the injectors, your gear ratio, your axle ratio, and all your mods. Here you go. Data log it for me. Brings the log back. Looks excellent. I tweak a little here and there and turn on adaptive fueling and say, go ahead, give me another hit. Gets you another hit. And I'm like, hey, here are your flex and E85 revisions. Wait a minute. That's it? I'm like, yeah. I paid $1,000. I think you should spend more time on my file. Well, that makes no sense. Hello, sir. Can you run an ESS G3 kit with a 120mm pull and 93 pump gas FIC 1000s without a BAP? Oof. Well, 50 Joe, it 100 depends on the power of the stock pump. If you are relying on a pump that was meant to supply fuel to an NA car, and you're not willing to pump up the voltage on it with a booster pump or a fuel pump voltage booster, and you're going to play Russian roulette with your engine, hey, that's on you. But I'd rather you put a BAP on. Chick-fil-A has quality fast food. You pay, the line moves, and you're out of there with a my pleasure phrase, and the employee Lund the same. Thank you for the quick turnaround. Bye. Does Senior also tune his airplane? Believe it or not, Second Shift Racing, believe it or not, John Lund can probably tune his airplane. It's a very advanced plane that has pretty damn good data. And I believe if Senior wanted to tune his plane, he could. Alex, you have a favorite round muffler model? The largest diameter I can go is 4.5 to squeeze into my side skirts. I don't want it super loud. Look, a round muffler is a tube. When you say round muffler, I think tube. I don't think muffler. A muffler to me, chambers, snakes around, something. A round fucking tube with a Magnaflow logo on it or MBRP or Bassani logo on it is just a tube, in my opinion. So find the tube that you like the best. Expecting more when your 3 or 4 revisions are perfect. At that point, you just want someone to talk to. Doma Got Cookies came out with a new cookie after the Hurricane Queef Cake Crumble discount code SNAKE. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why did I say that? The prices for experience it took to do the base file and the final revision. You want cheaper? Go somewhere else. Lund Senior is life goals. Look, there isn't anyone that has a better story than Lund Senior of how he came to be. A broke army guy. Broke. Guy had no money. Goes into the army. Becomes a helo pilot. Wife holds it down. Has a couple kids. The wife holds it down, bro. Comes back. Does some private flying. Makes good money doing that, then starts a tuning company and lives the American dream. Everyone should be fucking proud of motherfuckers like that, but no. The way it works in tuning is, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. You would, you guys have no idea how hard they worked, what they had to do, how they had to cut their teeth and everything. And I appreciate that. I appreciate the shit out of people like that, because if it was given to them, I wouldn't respect them. I wouldn't respect them as much. Ruth Chris makes new recipe for every steak. That's why they're so successful, right? Matt 2011 GT. Imagine you went up to Ruth Chris and say, I want a steak, but I want you to make me one from motherfucking scratch, not the cuts that you have in the back. Oh, okay. So bring in a cow, kill that bitch, get the cut that you ordered, and make the steak that way. That's what you want, right? Yup, because I'm paying a top dollar for my steak. Or, shithead, we have cuts that are already sized 6 ounces, 8 ounces, 11 ounces, different age, different this, different that. They're already on the rack. Oh, well, I want you to bring a cow in. Okay, no problem. That'll be $27,000. Well, that's bullshit. My buddy does it for $600. Oh my God, then who's the stupid one? Me or you? Did Senior always have a Mustang or did he always prefer the Mustang? Senior had a late 60s long nose Mustang. He had a 89 or 90 teal Fox body stick shift car. He tuned with his son. He bought a Lightning. He then had a Cobra. Then he got a GT500 14. No, he had a, if I'm not mistaken, an 07 GT500 and then 2 different 14 GT500s. And then he bought the Black Bean. Then he bought the Gray Goose. Then he bought the Blue Goose. The guy's done pretty well for himself. Good for him. John Lund is an inspiration. Says, 11-second clips. I think I spent $1,500 on tuning with Lund, and I spent $1,000 on my last car. Guess which one blew up? The more expensive one, right? Because we didn't give a shit. We didn't treat you right. And guys, today was the day where a bunch of gay guys tried to complain on Lund. And every single one of those guys forgets that you are now posting with your actual government name. And we could look you up in the ticket system and go, that guy had air leaks. That guy ran out of fuel. This guy didn't want to upgrade his fuel system. This guy didn't want a data log. This guy got a used motor and blamed it on the tuning. Guys, we went through a couple and we're like, everyone complaining shot themselves in the foot. Like literally shot themselves in the foot. But today was the day where they tried to complain to try to bring the company down. And no other day than today did we get more praise. Hey, man, we got you. There's just white noise in the back. Okay, we're good. And the funny thing is, I did what I did, whatever. But nothing was really directed at me. Somehow Lund caught flack. I'm like, how did Lund get that flack? But I said what I said. Would you be able to have Senior on for an interview? I've done 2 or 3 interviews with Senior. Go back on my videos, man. I've done 2 or 3 interviews with Senior. He's great on mic. Staying in A, headers, E85 is really what you have left until you start going cams or boost. I'm not staying in A. I'm going to put a ESS kit that Brevin sent a brother. Dustin Tenor had me committing lunchtime felonies in Mexico for Alex, says F1 Shitty. Post Hurricane, I need to stock up on some cookies. The N-Gauge loads tune faster. It should be cheaper than the slower devices. I know he's super busy, but an interview with Lund Senior on how he came to be would be cool to hear. Guys, I already did it. Guys, I already did it. I don't know. Let me see if I type in Lund Senior, see what comes up. Lund Senior, episode. Lund Racing's made power. Maybe I didn't do an official interview. I did a shop tour, but I don't know. I mean, I think I spoke to him at length one time on one of the lives. So maybe you guys need a standalone video to please you guys. We'll see. EPA, why aren't you guys in Sanford? So many people want to do race car shit but don't have race car money, it seems. Take that, Elon Musk. So with a wheel horsepower goal of 800 to 850 in a cam D85 321 setup in a stick 14, would you go Paxton or VMP Gen 2R? Because I see you've had both before. On a drag race application, I would go TVS. On a street roll application, I would go a centrifugal for sure. Like a centrifugal has the ability to be pulley down to death because Jeremiah Camp's car fucking rolls out. Something fierce. Like to the point of I'd love to race it once I get maybe E85 on the white car. Look, it's going to be like this. I'm going to race the ZR1 pump gas to pump gas or at least do 60 to 130 or dyno stuff just to compare to a $100,000 when new car on a GT, even though it's not really a fair comparison because the car is 10 years newer. But I think it'd be interesting just for optics. Like maybe have someone drive my white car or drive the ZR1 because it's an easier car to drive and race against it to see who wins at 10 psi. Would there be any downsides to letting E85 in the tank sit over the winter storage period, or should I put 93 in her? In my opinion, dropout drives, you should not let E85 in the tank over the winter. It'll basically become water by the time spring comes around. So it's a good idea just to put pump gas back in her. All I heard is Lund does great tunes. Lund for the win. New motor, long tubes, new heads. Tune is more spot on than it was before. Oh, is that you? Oh, Nick's on Tarpia. Nick's on Tarpia has almost is running 9s with a stick shift Coyote. Upgraded the motor. Had it done over at Mikey's place. No tune changes. And the car's running fine. The Lunds are an American dream. The libtards are trying to destroy. Look, that's the funny thing. The only thing that's going to stop us is government. Like, I don't know if we hit if I hit the lottery, like if I ever hit, I've always thought about this. Like if I ever won the lottery, I'd give everyone a couple $1,000,000 and be like, let's just get out of here. Let's just tune our own shit. But I don't think that'll happen. I think they'll still tune for the general public. Ashley Fox, how you doing, Ashley Fox? She says, good afternoon, King Bitchup. I mean, I'm looking to go boosted quick. I don't know what's best for a 10 speed. I've heard a lot about everything. So the ESS kit, you saw the Dustin 10R, Valley 10 speed was right up against 10R Whipple cars in California, Arizona, wherever the fuck he's at. But I've seen Whipple cars roll out 10R80. I've seen TVS cars roll out 10R80. I've seen centrifugal roll out 10R80 and turbo. So it all depends on, one, how you want it to look under the hood. Two, how you want your power delivery. If you want power now, like out of the hole, positive displacement seems to be the best if pulleyed properly. If you want stupid top end, it's really hard to beat a centrifugal. I think it was a very early live you did with Junior and Senior. What's funny, the fact that people think tunes should be specific to their car, ignoring the fact that Lund has a lot of hours in R&D and revision on particular setups. I think the people that say copy paste tunes, I don't want no copy paste tunes. That's a term we put out there. We say copy paste because it's a joke. We say it as a joke. Oh, copy paste. And people took it literal. They said, oh, copy paste tunes. Like the same people saying that we suck 2 days ago said we were the best in the game. I can show you a screenshot where right now someone says we suck, lost our passion, but 2 or 3 days ago we were the best in the business. So it all depends on if you feel some type of way. If you blew up your car and it was because of fueling issues, vacuum leaks, and things that you didn't want to do to verify things were on the money, you have only yourself to blame. But the copy-paste terminology came from us. I do love Teslas more. I'm not going to lie. I love Teslas more than I love new Mustangs. Gun to my head, 21, 22 Mustang, 23, 24 Mustang, or a Tesla. A Tesla. But one is a $100,000 EV sedan, and the other one is a ICE vehicle. Totally different. Satire no longer exists. No, we sit back and laugh. I've emailed ESS and I'm patiently waiting for the response. Okay, boom, bye. Email them again. If you need a little bump, I'll help you out. Whatever you need. Because look, how would it be if I actually how much of a fuck you would it be if I put the ESS on the car and it performs phenomenally? And let's say things really do take off and I can afford to blow it up. And I'm going to say, fuck it. Hey, send me a G4X kit. Let's make 1,000 plus. Just to be a dickhead. But I don't think I do that. I think I'm going to stay to the 800 tops game on the white car and enjoy the ZR1 and use the GT500 if I want to get my rocks off and scare myself. Exactly, Matt. 2011 GT. It's only the people that were dumped that are mad at Lund. 13th Boss 302 with 90,000 miles. Would you go Whipple 3038 VMP? Okay, I would never go the Whipple 38 route. I don't know what you guys are thinking what the 38 does. The Whipple is fine, whatever. But for my money, I get a 30. Unless you said 90,000 miles, you're considering a 3.8? Why don't you consider a 4.5? Hey, Ekuj Nava. Should I do it? Why are you considering a 3.8 Whipple on a 90,000 mile Roadrunner? That's crazy. Sell the YDBT special. Oh, stop it. Stop it. If I start packaging deals, son. Hey, Brevin, Brevin, you want to hit me up real quick? You want to hit me up so we can do some package deals, Brevin? Haters gonna hate if you're on top. ESS have knock on the shift. Honestly, nitrous and bias plies, I haven't seen that much of it. I remember there was a guy that we were dealing with who told me about the ESS kit when it first came out, and I was like, okay, cool. I made fun of it. Oh, yeah, it's a wish blower, you know? And Brevin laughs at that because he doesn't go, oh, you know, he doesn't get salty. He goes, whatever, you made fun, try it out, see how you like it. Then Valley 10-speed, in my opinion, made it happen. Valley 10-speed, in my opinion, changed my mind because he said, Alex, I'm ready to go. Alex, I am ready to send it. Ray, I'm not doing two shows tonight. Are you psycho? Ray, I am not doing 2 channels tonight. Wait, what's the story with Bolt-On guy? I seen his comments. He's just, I dumped him, and he's mad that I dumped him. So he literally has like a vendetta against the channel, like a boyfriend, like literally like a boyfriend that got dumped, and he doesn't know what to do with himself. And I'm just like, you're a stan, like legit stan. 45 minutes to get into cheetah mode and 50 minutes to get into launch control ready. Screw that, beat you. Okay, Leo 99 GT, but catch me on a roll. Do you want to catch me on a roll? I like how people think that Teslas need to stage within 0.2 seconds to be a viable car, where 99% of the racing that happens on the road, not at a stoplight, not at a track. Do 85 customers understand they have to change the oil more often due to delusional? You mean diluting? Did you? Hey, have you ever gotten cookies? Second shift racing. Have you ever gotten cookies? Do E85 customers understand that they have to change the oil more often due to the delusional? Did you mean the diluting? Have you ever won cookies? The original Stan was the show's biggest fan. Absolutely. I'm sure you said it before, but what BAP do you recommend? I plan on getting the G3 kit soon. Thanks for the response, Alex. Vortec has a good BAP, boosted pump. VMP, I think, resells the Vortec boosted pump. They just private label it, if I'm not mistaken. I prefer the plug-and-play units that give 16 to 18 volts to the FPDM. No more, no less. I don't go on these high programmable things. No, just get a plug-in. Mine is a Vortec/VMP one. You don't need anything crazy. Bro, I'm Mexican. You are not Mexican. No way.
Get the fuck out of here because I'm gonna fuck you out right now, motherfucker.
Would you recommend Hoosier Slicks over an ET Street or drag setup above a specific power amount on an auto car? So the only time I recommend a Hoosier Slick is when you're racing somewhere where the grip isn't as good, the prep isn't as good. I love the 305 45 17 on a street application, the 315 50 on big boy power drag radial. But the Hoosier, in my opinion, is very good on a track that doesn't have that great a prep. Speaking of that, Alex, I matched with a girl on Bumble with the last name Bolton. Oh my God. Why doesn't Lund create a new badass tuning device that rivals Dropout Drives? Have you not been paying attention to what's happening with the EPA? Have you not paid attention as to what's happening with the EPA? Anyone that thinks of making a new device is immediately going to be looked at. They put eMotion out of business, dude. The N-Gage. The government put them out of business. Dude, stop it. PK Auto Designs in the house. By the way, PK, how many revisions did I send a Whipple GT350 today? I want PK to answer this. How many revisions did I send a GT350R on a Whipple car and it was out the door and done? All Mexican last name end with an S, exactly. For Mexican, BK. Okay, so JD sent you some cookies. We're good. But is she fully bolted on? Mexican, bro, stop it. Exactly. Would you prefer an ESS kit over the Paxton 2200 or a ProCharger kit? I'm not a fan of ProCharger if they use an auxiliary pulley to drive their blower. If ProCharger uses one of the existing sheaths on the balancer, I'm okay with that. But if they have an auxiliary pulley that bolts onto the front of your crank and only drives your blower, I want nothing to do with that kit. Paxsons make good power. Vortec V7s make good power. The V3 makes good power up until you have to go under a 3/4 pulley, and then you're going to eventually experience what I experienced, an unknown loss of boost, and it just either was over spinning the slinger or just being stupid, and I was stuck with a 3/4 pulley. PK Auto Design. 1 base, 1 for watt logs, and 1 final. That's it, baby. 3 revisions. And the car probably makes 700 rear wheel horsepower on pump gas because it's a GT350. 3 revisions on a GT350R. The best thing we can do is have someone like PK Auto Design get a car in, get a car out. If PK would have said, I don't think you tuned it right, I need 17 more revisions, he wouldn't have been able to deliver the car to the customer today. Started tuning today, finished tuning today. Some money so you don't get mad when I ask the second gear lead file for this week. Just let me know. I got you, brother. I was talking Roush, but the Audis are sweet too. I love those little things. Quattro is badass. V7JT, I love it. Yes, the V7JT is a very good supercharger. Bro, my friend just had the front of his crank ripped off by a ProCharger. Look, ProCharger thinks I hate them. I don't hate them. I dislike any kit that makes you bolt on another pulley in front of the crank, extending the crank, putting deflection on the crank to drive a supercharger. You're gonna have issues. 752 wheels. Stop it. Stop it. Don't say that because people are gonna think that's what I meant to do. Jesus Christ. If that thing made 752 wheel, I'd only had 14 degrees of timing in it. Boy, you guys must have real sweet fuel in there. You're in Miami, bro? No, I'm not in Miami. I'm in West Palm Beach area. Midget Toss says, just because one person has a big following, the EPA goes after them visibility like Rich Rebuilds and his diesel swap Tesla. Did you see that? Did you see that Rich Rebuilds got supposedly hit up by someone and said, don't put a fucking diesel in the Tesla. It's going to be a problem. 634 people are not bad. Hit the like. No, absolutely. Look, 634 people on this chat after I did a chat yesterday. It's a good deal. Digging at the track and not sending my stock axle into space. My oil is delusional. But Alex, I need a tune for rain mode. Seems like a software engineer could create an app that would basically do everything an N-Gage does as long as you had a simple connection to the OBD2 port. Yeah, but then he's going to be put in jail for tampering. Guys, you got to understand, it's very difficult nowadays to come up with a new device. Anybody that is thinking about bringing out a new device has to understand that they will immediately go after the vendor first. So let's say, for instance, Alex finds a badass programmer. And I say, hey, man, let's make a device. I have the capital. So let's say I make it anywhere else, offshore, whatever, to try to get around that stuff. The problem is going to be this. If it's sold in the United States, they're going to go after that person. Remember when diesel companies started getting hit? They don't make those parts. They sell those parts. Remember Honda? Remember the Honda stuff? And the guy that got hit, the Honda guy that got hit, he didn't make the device. He didn't make the tuner, but he sold it. So people that sell it are going to get hit up first. Thoughts on Matt 760? I think he's a good guy. No issues with Matt 760. He's making some cold airs that, whatever, but I think he's a good guy. I heard Dustin gets gapped by scats. Oof. If you try to launch at the track on stock axles, would you do second gear? Yes, Dustin 10R. Yes. I would sacrifice the 60 foot for the longevity of my axles. Do you know how much an R&D for a new device is going to cost? Hundreds of thousands of dollars. People don't understand that it's hundreds. Thank you. PFI. PFI Speed got hit. PFI Speed got hit. Did they make that computer? No. Did they make that part? No. They simply stocked it on their shelves and the EPA said, "Oh, did you sell this part?" Yeah. Boom. Fine. Give us your records. Stop selling it. Cease and desist. Da 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 da. So if I decide to make a device no matter where it's built. Because Honda stuff isn't in Japan or China, right? It gets distributed here. The distributors are going to get hit up and fined up the ass. So you're putting people that are simply selling something at risk of jail time if you even think about making a new device. So, hey, if you want to make a new device, vaya con Dios. Nothing I could do about that. Dropout drives, you can't, it doesn't matter. Dropout drives. If it can access the OBD2 port, the government deems it tampering. The government deems it tampering. And you wonder why SAT is still around, but that's none of my business. Yeah, I think there's other stuff going on there. I think as long as you're willing to limit what people can see and maybe make a list of people that the government can see, I hate lists. I hate lists. So the moment they say, well, we got to sign you up for this, I go, oh my God. Would you recommend changing gears on a T56 swap for a 1450 track pack? Yes. The T56 swap needs a 410 gear with a 28-inch tall tire, in my opinion, at about 800 horsepower. Overnight tunes from Japan, Honda from Cali, right, China. Alex, how do you feel about the Hellion kit for a Gen 3? What options would you add to it to be more confident in it? Ooh. Valve springs? Valve springs? Look. If you're going to buy a Hellion sleeper, upgrade to the better manifolds. Upgrade. Don't buy the base kit that uses the stock manifolds. And your back pressure issues wouldn't really come about. How's Tony doing nowadays? He's fine. He had a lot of energy earlier because he wasn't out enough because of the rain. But we'll take him out in a bit. He'll be good. Maybe Sega can make a comeback with making a new tuned device. Yes, everyone. Alex, have us the special sauce. JP, we got the same tune as every other Shelby GT350, but these things love boost and boogie hard. A GT350 at 8 to 10 PSI makes close to 700 horsepower on pump gas. Makes close to 700 horsepower on pump gas. So, because it's a 5.2, it's got better heads, better cams, and it revs to the fucking moon. So, 3 revisions and he was done. So you're telling me even is L supercharger stock exhaust? I don't know what the fuck he just said. Makes you wonder how companies can sell catless headers. PFI Brent seems like a really good dude. I felt bad for him and his crew. So many electric cars now EPA. It's useless. I got 430s for 266. T56 Magnum for sale. Feeling salt and pepper beard, Papa. Thank you. Appreciate that. Look, I'm doing this. The reason I'm keeping my beard and I'm just trimming it just so it doesn't itch, and it actually stopped itching. I want to get down to 220. I started this at 245. I'm now 229. So at 245, I felt good, felt strong, this and that, but I can't carry 245 for well into my 50s. I just don't want to look like a big fat fucking load. So I said, all right, let me just keep the workouts the same, but curb the carbs and the sweets. And pretty well, I've done pretty well. I've lost some weight right now, but I'm not going to shave this sucker until I see 220 on the scale. 220 on the scale is when I shave it, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stop. I'm going to keep going, and I want to see where I plateau. All right, now I'm not plateaued yet. So if I can get down to 220 and maybe 215 and maintain that, life's good. I haven't had a pizza. I haven't had bread. I haven't had many sweets except for coffee and sugar in the coffee. That's about it. A boosted 350 is a bad motherfucker. Guys, that's a bucket list car. You don't think I would sell my GT500? I would straight trade my GT500 for a 19 and up GT350. It's got to be 19 and up because I want the Gen 2 Voodoo. So, if anyone out there has a GT350 and wants to do a straight up trade with my GT500, but again, it can't be some 100,000 mile piece of shit, and it's got to be good because my car's good. My car is a legit 8-second car any day of the week with a dumbass driving it. You can foot brake your way into the 8s with this car, okay? So if anyone knows out there that wants to trade straight up a GT350, I doubt it because they're going to like $80,000. But I'm valuing my car at 70. Might be aggressive, but we'll see. If not, that bitch been for sale for a very long time. Gonna have to send some cookies for Alex to ruin the diet. No, thank you. I'll take them, but I'll give them to my girlfriend's parents. No more cookies? Damn. No, I haven't had a cookie. I haven't had cake. I haven't had a Snickers bar. I haven't had a soda. I haven't had anything in over 3 weeks. Let me rephrase that. How much for the BL Fab Turbo? Oh. At this point, I'll take $1,000. Ford More Performance. It's what is it? Forced induction solutions based off of an S400 framed Borg Warner. 7580 something. So supposedly can make 900 to 1,000 if you want. I don't know that to be true because I don't know shit about turbos. If someone wants a turbo, $1,000. Get it out of my life. I don't need it. What if a company made a tuning device in a different country and sold them there? But how would you get tuned? Unless it's over the air stuff. That's the other thing. New cars are going to have some over the air stuff. No Diet Coke either, brother. No Diet Coke either. The only thing I've had is those stupid LaCroix that are flavored, but they're basically seltzer water. It's awful. Damn. Had pizza and soda and Oreo earlier. Oh my God. Ford More, if you want it, ydbtforlife@gmail.com. Send me $1,000. I'll package it for you. Get it out of here once the hurricane is done. If you want it, $1,000. Send me money. I will package it, send it to you, and get it out of my life. ydbtforlife@gmail.com. You on the Valley Houston gut diet, 60 to 30, about to be fast as fuck. No, guys, I've been working out so much in the last 7 to 8 years. I got my bench to 3 plates. I got my squats to 4 plates. I got my deadlifts into 4 plates and then some. And I'm looking in the mirror going, I don't look like I work out. I look kind of big, but like I don't look like I think I should look. Then, I'd sacrifice a plate. I'd sacrifice a plate on the bench, a plate on the squat, a plate on the deadlift to be generally healthier and weigh 30 less pounds. So I was 245. If I can get down to 215 at 44 years old and still bench my body weight, deadlift 400 pounds, and squat 315, I'm a happy guy. I'm a happy guy. 1,000 US dollars, not pesos. Sugar is everything. Absolutely. Sugar is the death of people. So what I do is I literally measure the sugar, two teaspoons. That's a lot, believe it or not, for coffee, but I try to have 1 coffee a day. And the creamer. You got to make sure that the creamer isn't splattered on because that motherfucker is full of carbs and calories. Eating lean meats, yes sir. Chicken, beef, the whole 9 yards, but low fat stuff, not too much beef. Mostly chicken, fish. Chicken and fish seems to be the main stuff that I do. Them damn LaCroix waters taste like when your foot falls asleep. You're right. They're very spicy. How much difference time can the driver losing 40 to 50 pounds make in the quarter mile? Half a tenth. Typically, 100 pounds loses a tenth. I repeat. Typically, 100 pounds weight removed from the car is worth a tenth. So if you somehow can remove 200 to 300 pounds from your car, it might go a lot quicker. Yeah, I can barely front squat 2 plates. Now I would usually do front plates and 25, could do some reps with 3 plates. Sparkling ice is good also, Alex. No sugar, tastes way better. I like, believe it or not, when it comes to sparkling water, I'm a total fucking pinkies out motherfucker, but that Perrier shit is badass. Is chon chon considered lean meat? Give me some chon chon. Do I have that here? Do I have chon chon? Oh, I could have sworn I had chon chon. Do it live, sponsor, Squid, Gang, Trump. No, I have everything else. What the hell is this? No, I don't have give me some chon chon. Damn it. I thought I have give me some chon chon. What is this? Oh, guys. There was... Did you guys hear the abortion song? Well, listen to these lyrics.
Baby daddy free, that mean I ain't got a baby coming out of me. So I'm 8B
She made a song about going to an abortion clinic. I forgot the plan B. Ain't no cuffing me. Let's go. I got murder on my mind. Holy shit. I was like, what is this? And I'm like, I forgot I had it on here. Damn, I'm 280 right now and I'm 6 feet. I need to drop down to 200 or close to gain that 10th. And this is what young females look up to. Right, let's go. Come on, guys. You forgot your plan B. You know what to do. Let's go. Ain't no baby daddy cuffing me.
BDF, baby daddy free. That mean I ain't got a baby coming out of me. So I'm ABORTING. On my way to the clinic, I forgot the plan B. Let's go. Bitch, I got murder on my mind. Let's go. Bitch, I got murder on my mind. Let's go.
Bro. John Shoemaker, Alex, if you really want to just go steak and eggs for a month, 3-pound steak, 12 eggs each day, you'll feel great after the first week. That's most of my diet. Literally steak and eggs, like all the fucking time. Well, I'm Republican now. Guys, I heard that shit and I was like, oh no. All right, guys, that's the best way to end the show. Thank you everyone for listening to me. Today we talked little Ford 7368, Megazilla, diesel, you name it. We also talked about the ESS build quality, build materials, why it's so light, and the power output. We are going to be potentially putting that on the white car very soon. Man of War gave me $13. Thank you very much. And I'm going to go ahead and get that content to you once this hurricane passes. I got the Kong pulley to put on the Z01. I got the ESS kit to put on the white car, and I gotta go to the abortion station because ain't no baby daddy cuffing me. Yes, that's the outro. Let's go.
BDF, baby daddy free. That mean I ain't got a baby coming out of me. So I'm ABORTING. On my way to the clinic, I forgot the plan B. Let's go. Bitch, I got murder on my mind. Let's go. Bitch,
Swirl its brains, swirl its brains.
Let's go. Yeah. Bitch, I got murder on my mind. Let's go. Bitch, I got murder on my mind. I forgot the plan B. Ain't no cuffing me. You can't put me on the shelf outside with the team. All these having babies, but that ain't finna be me.
Have a good rest of your night, guys. I'll see you guys more than likely Thursday or Friday. Keep in touch with the community tab. We'll see what the hurricane does. Stay safe out there. It's going to come through close to tonight. You're going to start feeling some of the winds out there on the West Coast, so we'll keep you updated. Again, if you're a Lund Racing customer, there might be some delays if we lose power because they're more than likely going to lose power, and I'm going to be the only guy tuning.